If you can use very basic techniques, you have already reduced a large amount of energy without having to use additional strategies or technologies to further cool down those buildings. So the passive techniques is always going to be the first, let's say, focus to those plannings. But also we need to take a more of an entrepreneurial approach to the planning of such cities. And that's what really makes the kind of developments that we do at URB very unique. So all our developments have a very unique way of them being designed. So if you look at our developments, you will see that everything is a feature, right? So we actually create an edutainment attraction. So it's not just a place for people to live, but it's also a place for people to also visit. So all the assets within the community are focused on green economies. So these green economies look at whether it's medical economies or whether it is tourism or even commercial economies. So we try to look at ways to really greenify the economy of those cities. But how can we go even one step further? So as designers, you can't just think of the plan and the master plan. You need to think about all the aspects of the life there. So whether it's through people working or even people visiting. So it needs to be places where people feel healthy to live in, people feel inspired to work in, but also people want to also visit. Clearly, projects like the NEOM in Saudi Arabia are clearly showing that the need for such developments have now become a necessity. So our incubator for sustainable cities, it's not only the world's first, but it's the only of its kind. So we realized very early on that we can't just select products or kind of services from the industry that's already there. We need to create an ecosystem within the industry itself. That ecosystem needs to be something that is innovative, but also very much looking at the next generation of sustainable cities and how we could kind of not only invest in that ecosystem, but also ensure that we are creating an entrepreneurial culture when it comes to sustainability. I think the future of smart cities are more people focused and they look at the balance between people, planet and profit. And I think what's really important is for those cities to think of themselves as living labs. So they are constantly monitoring the data that the city is generating and how people are living within that community itself. And not only monitoring, but how they can also improve the services that they are providing to the residents. So such cities are not just built for people to just live, they are also built for people to kind of be able to thrive in balance with all the resources around them at the same time. Well, beyond Al-Lama Smart Cities, URB have also developed 3 other very unique developments. We have Next Gen Sustainable City in Cairo, we also have the parks in South Africa, and we also have X0 Smart City in Kuwait. What's very unique about these developments is that they all share the same DNA. So we are looking at the next generation of sustainable cities. So we are taking a holistic approach when it comes to development. We're not just developing cities for people to live in, we're also creating an ecosystem for the companies who will be actually providing the technologies to those developments themselves.